All right. Hi, this is Jackie and Lady J. And this is my fiance, Jeff.
Hello.
And this is the reader and the watcher.
Me. I'm the watcher.
He's the watcher. I'm the reader. And the watcher. But it just kind of works.
Both ways.
That's right. For this little show thing we're trying to do here. So this one I want to do a little bit about Stannis Baratheon. Everybody's favorite Stannis Baratheon, everybody's favorite Baratheon brother, Stannis the Manus. And my fiance, he has not read the books.
Nope.
Only watches the show. So I just think, it'd be kind of fun to kind of interview him a little bit and just get a little bit of his input just as a strictly show watcher. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what do you think of Stannis? Even from season 1 to season 4.
From say season 1 to season 4, in the beginning I kind of thought he was a jerk. He was self-serving. I mean, like the stuff with Melisandre, it seemed kind of not selfish, but I don't know, like he wanted the Iron Throne, more than anything in the world, and he would do whatever it takes to get it, including the evil magic from Melisandre.
And you do think that she's evil, or the Red God possibly is evil, or something?
I don't know if the Red God's evil necessarily, like we saw with Beric Dondarrion. I mean, I don't know. That shit there was evil, but I definitely think Melisandre's got some wickedness in her, to say the least.
You're probably correct on that. All right, and do you think he is the rightful king of Westeros?
As far as succession goes, yeah, I remember you asked me this question, I think we were watching the show,
I did.
Do you think he's the right one? Or has the right claim or whatever? And I do, as far as, his brother, Robert, sees the throne, you know what I mean? So it's that family's throne now until,
their legacy at this point.
Until someone else, like the Targaryens did before them,
Like until maybe Dany comes back, possibly.
Seized power, made people bend the knee, and yeah, so.
Do you think he'd be a good king?
Stannis?
From what you know of him from right now, from season 1 through 4.
He's proven himself, to me, he's proven himself more likable. I definitely like him more now than I have in past,
Agreed.
Just slight little comments with like Davos Seaworth, you know what I mean? You see his love for Stannis, which makes you, I guess, makes me realize that, there's something lovable and redeemable about the guy.
Yeah, I mean, he cut, that was one of the things he did that. He cut his finger bones off, and
so,
and Davos still loves him and respects him.
So yeah, I'm sorry. What was the question?
Just, do you think he'd make a good king?
After season 4, yeah, I think he'd make a better king than I did in the beginning. But I'm not sure he'd make the best king, honestly.
Okay. And do you think Mel is using him for her own machinations?
Yeah, I mean, she might believe that he's, I don't know, the key to getting what she wants or whatever for the Red God or the Lord of Light, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think she's using him away. I think to an extent she believes that he's the key or whatever, he's the one. But I don't know, like at the end of season 4 when she's looking at Jon Snow through the flames at Castle Black.
Creepy look.
And through the flames, she's the fire god or whatever, and she gives him that friggin' look, dude. It's like
something's up.
Something is up.
Okay. So, yes. I think you're definitely onto something. All right. Okay. I'm gonna say a little bit on my piece now. Just, I didn't hate him in the beginning, but I definitely did not like him. You know, this is just from watching this show. After I read the books, I had a little bit more of a respect for him. But even reading the books at first, it's just not, you know, the same. You have to definitely reread it, I think, to get a better sense of who he is as a character. The first thing in the books that happens is Mr. Crescent, who's the guy that tries to poison Mel in season 2. And he loves Stannis so much. And that's, you know, in the epilogue, and he's just all about Stannis, you know. Stannis has a very bad case of middle child syndrome. You know, Robert's, you know, the firstborn son. Renly's the third lastborn son, the baby. Mm-hmm. Everybody, you know, they're both charming in their own ways. Stannis, just, you know, not so much. But there's, like, a nice little story of, you know, Stannis was a kid, and he found this little wounded bird, some kind of, like, hawk, and it had a broken wing, and he named it Proudwing, and he tried to, like, nurse it back to health, and Robert, like, just made fun of him for it. Totally, you know, just, I don't, like, made him feel like, I guess, crap, basically, you know. I think he called it, like, broken wing, or something like that, and I think, you know, little things like that just show why Stannis is who he is now. Why he is the way he is.
He had to harden up, and yeah.
You know, his family, you know, him and Robert both saw their parents killed in front of them. They obviously both took that in very different ways, but you know, that's why he forsake the gods of the Seven, and that's the first thing we get to see on HBO.
Yeah.
And you don't. Stannis. And you don't understand that. Like, as a watcher, you do, but you don't. You don't.
After watching it a few times, I understood.
Right.
But, yeah, you're right. The first time I saw it.
You're just like, what the hell is going on here?
I see people on a beach, flames, sword.
Yeah, you're like, what's up with this?
Renounce your gods or something.
Yeah. And then it's, you know, he pulls out, I want to say, Lightbringer in quotations there. You know, this spoken of sword that's prophesized and all this stuff. Another thing in the books, it's supposed to, like, glimmer and just show all kinds of, like, light. But I will say there are certain characters who come across it who are like, it's not right. Like, that know the prophecy, and they're just like, it doesn't quite fit, you know? Mm-hmm. So I do think, you know, he's had it really tough. And like you said, yeah, he's had to toughen up. And there's a reason why he's bitter. There's a reason why he's serious. Why people think he's humorless. Mm-hmm. You know, but my second read through in the books is when I found him actually to be really funny.
I get to see this.
Yeah. And, well, it's in a weird...
Because you're the reader. And they don't show much of it on the show.
They don't. They're starting to now a little bit, I think. But he's got this kind of, like, weird, dry... kind of like British humor almost, because, you know, it's just like this weird dry humor. So it's very subtle, you know, and it can be missed, you know, absolutely, especially, you know, in the show. But I think if there was more time, unfortunately, there's not on HBO. They had a couple more scenes, we would see a little bit more of why Stannis is the way he is.
Yeah. What
drives him. You know, in the show they have him drink the Melisandre Kool-Aid so much that, you know, I mean, in the books he does too, but it's like, I don't know. At first, I think you kind of see maybe he doesn't believe as much, but now it just seems like he's full blown, like, just fucking going for it.
Yeah, he's like I said,
it seems that way
in the show. Yeah, he seems like he's, you know, full blown. Melisandre's the key.
Absolutely.
You know,
and he's...
to the point where, you know, he was ready to do what he was going to do to Gendry.
Absolutely. And Davos.
Yeah.
Is the one who saves him. And, yeah, and that was obviously, you know, a point you kind of brought up, and I agree with. That's what I kind of wrote down here was, I mean, Davos is what makes Stannis endearing through the reader's eyes, through, I think, the show watcher's eyes as well, like you said, you know?
Yeah.
He loves and respects the man. He's
a likable guy himself.
He is.
So you know, there's something there that's like, all right, well, why is this guy, you know,
like him so much or respect him so much?
Absolutely.
And he says, you know, Stannis gave me, you know, everything. He brought me up. He rose me up, my family up.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, I agree. You know, Stannis does get a bad rep, and it's a shame because, you know, I don't think he completely deserves it. Yes, like, as Renly said, he has the personality of the lobster. He might sometimes, but I think he's starting to be a different character now. I think his, you know, his
yeah, you've seen his badassness.
Absolutely.
Come out with the, you know, his military tactics and
on the Blackwater, which he almost took.
Yeah, if it wasn't for
Tywin. Mainly Tyrion, I feel.
That's absolutely. It was Tyrion. Tywin just was there at the very end to you know, grab all the spoils and be like, yeah, I saved the city.
Absolutely.
You know, if it wasn't for him with the wildfire, is that what it says?
Yeah, it was the wildfire.
If it wasn't for the wildfire technique, whatever trick he pulled, then definitely.
I agree. And then he roused the troops too.
Yeah.
Like when everybody was
he's
about
out there
to,
and friggin' little Pussy Joffrey.
Pussy Joffrey runs off.
Oh my
absolutely,
God.
Absolutely.
That was a great scene.
And that's another, you know, quote too, like from Cersei during that. You know, she says to Sansa, I think, if it were any other man but Stannis Baratheon at those gates, I could pretty much offer myself up. You know, like. And that goes to show what kind of man he is. He's
not interested in your pretty body.
Or whatever, you know. He made a vow to, you know, like and you see he goes to his wife, who's totally cray-cray, by the way, right? We see that with her freaking sons, her jar sons, and hates her own poor daughter, who Stannis actually, you know, and that's another thing. Yeah, that's another, I think, endearing quality about him.
Yeah,
you can
tell
see that.
He cares. He's not the best father to her by any means, but you can tell, you know. Though, what's her name? What's his wife's name?
Selyse.
She's saying, oh, forget that little devil child or whatever the hell she calls him, but calls her.
I know what you meant.
But, yeah, he still goes there and you know.
And talks to her and tries to love her and all that stuff.
To the best of his ability.
Absolutely.
He's a hardened man now.
Yeah, but that was, you know, I forget, I had a point I was talking about too before that. But yeah, he,
Sorry, Mel.
Oh yeah, no, Mel, he goes, that's how honor-bound he is, though. He even goes after he makes the shadow baby, you know, that kills Renly. And he wants to make another one, and he goes to his wife and tells her, like, I've been with Melisandre, you know what I mean? And he feels guilty about it. He feels horrible about it. Mm-hmm. And she's like, it's been a blessing, or some crazy shit that I'd be like, you know, if that was me, I'd be like, bitch, you know, go to your red little priestess, because, you know, that's all you gonna be getting. But, you know, I think, yeah, at the end of the day, Stannis gets a bad rap.
To an extent, yeah.
Yeah, and he also, think about it, too. He had to see his parents get killed. And he had to kill his brother. And he even, in the show, like, expresses, there's a scene where he says something about it, I think. Like, I think. In the book, there's definitely something there where he talks about...
I'm trying to think in the show. I don't remember.
If it was, I forget. If it was, like, quick. But in the book, there's definitely something there. But he's sad about having to do that, you know?
Yeah.
And, he's changing, though. His character is changing little by little. Every season on the show, he's changed a little bit. Mm-hmm. You know, he's still a guy, I think, who is serious and, Mr. like,
I mean,
unbreakable, blah, 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 but in a way he's kind of bending a little bit, I mean,
shit, he went to the wall, you know what I mean?
He was the only one.
He got those letters, or whatever, the letter, and it was partially Melisandre, but, they're the only ones that showed up the wall to help.
Yeah, they are. You're absolutely right. And I just wanted to say one of my favorite quotes from him real quick from the book, especially, is, "We all know what my brother would do. Robert would gallop up to the gates of Winterfell alone, break them with his warhammer, and ride through the rubble to slay Roose Bolton with his left hand and kill the bastard with his right. I am not Robert, but we will march, free Winterfell, or die in the attempt." And he definitely has conviction, He's somebody that just has a very iron will.
Iron will.
He does.
So it's funny while you're saying that. I was just thinking about the iron backing him.
Yeah, that's funny.
So yeah,
another big difference though from the books to the show, and I'm not giving away anything here. It's just it's already happened, in the show, and hasn't happened in the books, and it's just different stories, But yeah, they are, and he's got the Golden Company now on the show backing him. So I'm kind of really, I can't wait to see what's going to happen with Stannis this season. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
Especially the way it ended.
Yeah.
It was a great episode.
Especially the way it ended.
Dude,
yeah, love it.
Episode 9 with the whole Battle of the Wall, and then or 10 with him showing up like that.
And then
it was
fabulous.
fabulous.
When they what's it called? Encircle the freaking wildlings.
Yeah, they flank them pretty much.
And he's asking, Jon Snow, what would your father do with them? And I
can't say anything. I don't want to give it away.
Okay, I just thought that was a cool scene.
It was really cool.
And also a testament to he's not just a friggin', piece of crap that, I don't know.
Or he's just not so, bent, maybe, he, like I said, he's not so unbreakable on his, honor or what he thinks is right or lawful, that he, like I said, he is willing to bend a little bit and change a little bit. And in the books, you kind of, like I said, see that. And the show's doing that too. It's just really slow, unfortunately. In the books, it's the same way. It happens gradually. You see just these little changes to Stannis. The more he, just goes through more things. And I think he has to learn, he's not beloved by his subjects and by the small folk, his liege lords and all that, like Robert was, like Renly was,
Yeah.
I mean, he exposed, obviously Cersei's children. Like, he sent a letter to everybody in the whole freaking Seven Kingdoms about how they're bastard born of incest, and and a couple of people rallied to him, but not many, and it's a shame. I feel bad for poor Stannis. He does. He deserves some more respect. But and one more thing, Varys says too in the book, which I think is important. There is no creature on earth half as terrifying as a truly just man. So I mean, people do not want him to be king. Like, the main power right now, obviously the Lannisters, of course they don't want to be out of power, but like people like Littlefinger, people like Varys, all these other people behind the scenes, they do not want Stannis to win, at all. So
of course not. So who knows? I mean, I don't know what the show holds. Obviously I haven't read the books, but and I know they're not over entities.
And they are, and they're not over though either. The books,
they're not over, but who knows? Maybe some of those people end up fucking joining forces or something.
I'd like to see that possibly.
Game of Thrones, dude. Some
especially
crazy shit goes on there.
Absolutely. All right, I think with that, I just want to
give our shout-outs.
Yeah. Tony Teflon, thank you so much
for... Don!
We watch you.
Love you, man.
Watch you a lot. And just thanks so much for sending some people over. I appreciate the support. Thank you for checking my video out. This is really tough for me. Like I said in my last video, I've been through a lot of stuff, and I've kind of been very antisocial for a long time now, so I'm trying to break out of my shell and just have some fun and join in something that I'm passionate about, which is absolutely Game of Thrones. It's just awesome, and I'm really happy. And thanks to everybody who's watched my videos so far. I hope you guys keep watching, keep commenting. There's a couple people out there that made some really cool comments, some cool suggestions, and I'm definitely going to keep that in mind for some future videos. I can't wait.
Yeah, man. We're going to hit up some reviews maybe on the new season.
Absolutely.
Some comments, you know, we'll hit up some topics.
Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, as soon as Game of Thrones starts, we're going to do our own kind of review thing and from our perspective, and it's just going to be fun, you know. There's nothing...
We're gonna do matchups.
we can do our matchups too. But there's no wrong, I don't think, in this. Everybody has their own opinion, their own way of doing it, their own way.
Fun. Absolutely.
Only bringing something new to the table, and the community, especially in the Song of Ice and Fire community, it's really fabulous. So this is the Reader and the Watcher, and we thank you for watching, and have a great night, and peace out.
Adios.